What's up, mobile gamers? It's Drunzer Gigs back with another T3 video. We managed to get into a regular control match, which is pretty cool. Hasn't really happened to me very often. It's been pretty crazy getting into matches here. But we're going to be playing Sindri, and then next game we'll probably play Ruby. Not really sure if we'll have a chance to play her, but we're going to be playing Sindri because she's going to get nerfed. And honestly, I don't know why she's getting nerfed, so we're going to make sure we get some use of her before she gets the nerf. If you guys don't know, we did just have server maintenance, at the time of recording anyway, and then when I post this video, we'll have had server maintenance yesterday, so really excited for the new season. Lots of cool skins. Definitely the most excited for Neon, so let me know what you guys are most excited for down in the comments, because obviously nobody thinks that Sindri should get nerfed. Pretty much anybody can see that it should be Gatlyn and Ruby that get nerfed. But I think that, you know, the Ruby nerf isn't going to do too much. It's just going to kind of bring her in line. And the fact that they didn't nerf Gatlyn is just insane to me. We are facing a few bots in here, so not too worried. They might win just because they're bots, so they have like really crazy, insane accuracy, whereas I'm, you know, missing half my shots here, but definitely liking the new update. Let me know what you guys are most excited for if you watched my other video. There's going to be a bunch of crazy changes coming to T3, and that's going to be the night, which is really cool. It's not too far away, so it's still definitely, and like these are bots, and I'm not doing the best against them, so I don't really see how Sindri needed a nerf at all. Pretty crazy. Not really sure what they were thinking here. The good news is that I don't think the bots target my pie bot, so
killing spree.
Tracking hostiles.
interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy to play as Sindri with another damage nerf. I mean, she's just been nerfed and nerfed and nerfed, and I think it's too much for sure. I think she was in a good spot, and I think now she's not going to be as viable, and we're totally like losing outrageously right now, but hopefully we can come back here. So she's still viable, she's still kind of decent here. We're going to take the point real quick.
Your opponents are
I was going to say, I thought I heard Iris.
It's okay.
She just keeps running away. So yeah, I think Iris is going to see a lot more playtime, but who you're really going to see, especially after the Sindri nerf, is Labula. I think people will stop sleeping on him, because Labula is pretty much insane at this point. I don't think any of the other heroes really measure up, and Sindri was already pretty close. Like, she wasn't doing the kind of healing that he can do, and she can't do it from as far away, because even if you say, like, her drone is pretty crazy, you still have to get the drone there, so you have to place it and then get out of the way, which I think that's kind of a detriment to her kit as far as, you know, her competing with Labula, but I think she's in a good spot. I don't think she needs nerfed. Let me know what you guys think about the Sindri nerf, but Gatlyn's crazy right now. Every single game is a Gatlyn, obviously not this one because this isn't ranked, but every ranked game I have played is got a Gatlyn in it, and it is really crazy that you see that many Gatlyns in the first place, because Gatlyn is pretty busted, like very busted, and I don't know why they did not nerf her. So I think we'll jump into another match real quick of some team deathmatch, just because I haven't been able to get a lot of games, especially in Control for some reason. Obviously, it's not as popular, but we'll just hop into a quick team deathmatch game and probably play Ruby. It looks like... Okay, I must have picked a good time to play. Hopefully they're players, but no worries if they're not. Really, really crazy that they're not nerfing Gatlyn. I think she's easily the best hero in T3. And the fact that they're nerfing Ruby makes sense. But to not nerf Gatlyn is just crazy, especially when they changed their kit so much. You would think that they would have thought the balance through a little bit, because I think maybe you give her like a different ability for her second ability and keep that movement speed that she had, and I think she'd be a lot better, because her second active ability basically gives her a turbocharged gun with unlimited ammo, and that is the last thing that Gatlyn needs. Like, she did not need that as a buff or as a second ability. It's crazy that they even considered it, honestly. Like, when I heard it, oh, I fell. Okay, well, we might lose the first exchange here, but yeah. So that is why Ruby is so good. The stun and the shield are huge. Obviously, these bots can still melt you down pretty good. I mean, they don't really miss, you know what I mean? So it is kind of difficult. What they should have done maybe is give Gatlyn a small radial scan or something. Oh, is that a player? I think the Osos might be a player. That's pretty cool. I mean, he is... Oh, well, the mark got me, so... Unfortunate. Oh, man. It's so funny because even if they kill me, I can just literally stand and just shoot at them, and they can't really do much. If the Osos headshots me, I'm probably in a little bit of trouble, but... we're gonna try to find him real quick. But yeah, you guys, let me know your thoughts, because I really want to know what you guys think. I think Gatlyn is, like, very, very crazy. I think the last thing she needed was a crazy ability that gives her unlimited ammo and stuff. Oh, Mark. Good old Mark.
Double kill.
So yeah, really enjoying playing Ruby. I like to play her in more of like a relaxed, casual setting. I know she's really crazy and cracked in ranked, but I just get so tired of playing her in casual that when I play her in ranked, it's like I don't even want to play her. You know, like all of our teammates will never pick her, and I don't like picking the same character every match, even though it is ranked. You know what I mean? So Ruby is definitely somebody I enjoy and I have fun with. Like, this is fun for me. I don't really want to play her in ranked because ranked is a little too sweaty. The only reason I even grind ranked is because I want one of the skins. But I would not play ranked if it was just for the enjoyment, for sure. Like, I know you guys have seen a lot of bots. That's because ranked is really popular. But I think it's because of the reward track. A lot of people are worried about ranked and how the game mode has changed. And so now that the changes are good, you're seeing a lot more people are excited and stuff about ranked, which is really cool. I think ranked is going to be huge.
Domination.
Yeah, we might die to a quick mark shot or something like that, but overall, I think the game's in a really healthy spot as long as they nerf Gatlyn. Gatlyn needs a nerf. I don't know what world you're living in where Gatlyn doesn't need a nerf. The only time I don't see her is in like tough matches like this, but every single ranked game that I have played has had a Gatlyn in it, at least eventually. Sometimes maybe the team I'm in won't pick her right away, but eventually everybody has a Gatlyn on their team. Oh, whoops. Missed that last shot there. We might actually die to the hunter there. But Gatlyn is super, super crazy, and I think that Ruby's the only one that really needed a nerf. Sindri's nerf is way, way overkill. I don't know what they're thinking. I get that it was only like 100 damage, so it's not too big of a deal, but then again, it's like she's the last character that needs a nerf. She's not very good, and now that she's a support hero, you're just going to see Gatlyn switched out because she was not really a DPS, at least for me, in this second, like, this Stadium Season 0, right? Which is almost like a test season, so to speak. We'll go ahead and grab the last kill real quick. Got a hunter somewhere over here? No? Anyway, alright. Congrats, Mr. Bot. You got the last kill. But those are my thoughts. We'll probably jump into a third one here just because I want to make the video a little bit longer and we want to play Gatlyn because she is super, super, super crazy. And I just want to show you guys. If we get bots, we might die really quick. But actually here, we'll do some crystal. Because this is going to take a while anyway. We'll do some crystal, we'll play some Gatlyn. And maybe we'll find like a perch and just sit and just absolutely demolish their crystal because Gatlyn can just put out so much damage so fast that she is one of the characters that definitely needs a nerf. I think most of the other heroes are pretty balanced actually. Mark's really good. Skady is really good. Ruby is going to get nerfed. Fort's really good. Jabali's going to see more playtime once Ruby gets nerfed, so that's always awesome. Johnny needs a buff. I think there are some heroes that could use a buff. Maybe Cosma and Vincent. Obviously, Victor needs a buff. But I think as far as the nerfs go, they should just nerf Gatlyn and then focus on very small quality of life changes. Like I talked about with Johnny, he should have a second puddle because that's not the craziest buff. It just gives him usability. You know, one of the things they did, which I really enjoy, is Mark actually has his skateboard, right? And this ability allows him to like glide around, and what they did is they tied it to the sprint. So when you move forward with Mark, I think I can show you guys. No, I can't. But anyways, when you move forward with Mark, right, you don't have to hit the ability. You can just sprint, and it'll automatically go into the board, which I think is so, so cool. And it's just a small change that makes him very much a usable hero. And I think a lot of these heroes maybe need it. I think Iris needs a little bit of a buff. I think Aletta actually needs a little bit of a buff. I think she's not as good as she used to be, but that's my own personal opinion as far as Aletta goes. But a lot of these heroes just need small little buffs, and Gatlyn is the only one that needs a nerf. I think she's so crazy. And she's very difficult to counter if your team doesn't pay attention. Because basically, what happens with me at least, is you play Gatlyn, or you're facing a Gatlyn, and what happens is, as you're playing Gatlyn, you have to either switch off because the enemy team is targeting you, or you have a Gatlyn on the enemy team, and they just sit there and do a crazy amount of damage, and you either deal with them or you lose. That's kind of how I've been experiencing this crazy Gatlyn resurgence, and I think that she needs a nerf to her damage, because if you have a Gatlyn on the enemy team, you have to not look at the objective. You basically have to track down that Gatlyn, because none of your other teammates are going to. And it kind of sucks, honestly, because if I want to play the objective, I can't focus the Gatlyn as much unless I'm playing like an Osas or Oha Ling, somebody who can headshot Gatlyn and get rid of her quick, which is very difficult. You'll see a lot of comps. The way they get around Gatlyn's shortcomings, so to speak, is what they do is they will have a Jabali right here in front of me, just right here sitting on the floor, Jabali or Ruby, and so while they're busy trying to get the shield down to do damage to Gatlyn, she just sits there and mows everybody down, and it's not even a contest. And that's the downside to this Gatlyn meta in ranked, is even if she's not as strong on her own, they have to take into account the team comps. You know, if somebody's playing Gatlyn, then that's not necessarily the biggest deal. But if somebody's playing Gatlyn with a Jabali, and they have somebody sitting in front of them with a shield, then you're basically screwed, because you can't actually get the Gatlyn and it's just going to be really difficult to actually do any damage to her because she's got a, you know, a bunch of bodyguards protecting her, and she can do whatever she wants. And unless you have a team that's willing to jump off of the objective to kill the Gatlin, then you're gonna lose. If these two guys don't kill the Gatlin, they just ignore her, she'll just kill them every time they get close to the point, and it's GG's. You know what I mean? And it's kind of sad to see. Like, I don't want to sit back here with Gatlin. These guys are bots, so the second I stand still, I'm dead. So I'll try to kind of scooch up a little bit. But it's very disappointing because I always enjoyed Gatlin, but I didn't like the fact that she was so slow. Like, sitting here like this is... Like, I don't want to do that, you know? I don't want to sit here and do nothing. Just, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and kill them while we're at their crystal. Like, it's kind of disheartening. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on it. Let me know. Is that Mark behind me here? No? Okay. I guess they're bots, so they probably don't even know where I'm at and how to get to me or anything like that. So they're gonna go over there, and we're gonna get some damage on their crystal here. Hopefully, oh, our teammates killed one. Try to get here.
I'm ready. Go maximum speed.
I mean, look at that. Like, look at this. This is insane. This is crazy. Even without the buff, it's still an insane amount of damage. And then I can just use my shield, get this hunter real quick, and go back, and I'll just let them kill me. I mean, that's game. That's game. Just, how crazy is that? Like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Imagine if I was playing with somebody else, and we're two stacking, right? And they're a Jabali, and they just sit with the shield and cover me. There's no reason that a hero should be this strong while also being this one-sided and it doesn't get addressed. Because all you have to do is revert her changes and give her a different second ability. Because the problem is Gatlyn is now very stationary in the literal and the figurative sense. She sits there and she shoots. Moving around with her is not very useful, and she's not as fast as she used to be. So her playstyle is now sit there, have a shield in front of you, and just mow down people. And to be honest, that's not fun. Like, I don't enjoy her. And I think that what they've done is they reverted her speed because her second ability was going to make her too strong, which I understand. But they should have kept the speed and done a different second ability because now she's boring to play. And that, honestly, is worse than her being broken. The fact that she's boring and you just sit there and hit her ability, use her shield, and have people cover you, I just don't think it's a fun way to play, you know? You guys can let me know down in the comments what you think. How would you guys rebalance Gatlyn? Obviously, Gatlyn is crazy busted. But how would you balance her? Would you change an ability? Would you give her a passive? Would you just nerf her damage to the ground? Or maybe do you guys want that speed buff back and change the rest of her kit where she can be a little bit more of a mobile DPS tank destroyer type of hero? So those are my thoughts on Gatlyn and the other two and how their nerfs are going. And I really want to hear from you guys in the community and in the comments because this is huge and it's definitely something that is kind of disheartening for somebody who enjoys Gatlyn. I used to love Gatlyn, especially when she got her speed buff. She was so fun and so unique. And I think now she just kind of is in a tough spot. So those are my thoughts. I just wanted to get them out to you guys and show you some of the heroes that are getting changed before they actually get those changes, because it's going to be a crazy start to the season. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Make sure you drop a comment. Peace out.